Imagine walking through a bustling mall, admiring a beautifully dressed mannequin in the store window. Now, picture that mannequin suddenly blinking. It's not a mannequin, it's a person. Sounds bizarre, right? Welcome to Dubai, where the boundaries of fashion and human dignity blur in shocking ways. What started as a clever marketing stunt has become a growing trend, and it's not as glamorous as it looks. Real people are being used as living mannequins, standing still for hours, all in the name of retail. But beneath the glossy surface lies a dark reality: migrant exploitation, humiliation, and human rights violations. How did we get here? Why are humans being treated like decorations? Stay tuned as we uncover the disturbing rise of the live mannequin industry and how it's turning people into objects. This story will make you question everything about the world of fashion, retail, and human value. According to a report by the International Labor Organization, ILO, the global live mannequin industry is projected to reach $1.3 billion by 2025, and Dubai is a significant contributor to this growth. But the question is, how did this happen? Manto Bride is a retail outlet based in Dubai, which used a creative and unconventional promotional strategy that caught everyone's attention. This brand hired a live model and paid her to pose as a store dummy at the Festival City Mall location. When the visitors saw that their mannequin was a real person, they were confused and curious. The model was Angelina, who wore a zebra print dress and stiletto heels. All she had to do was change poses periodically to attract the customer's attention. This marketing stunt became the foundation for a sinister trend, using real people as dummies for clothing and branding. And while Dubai is one of the most developed cities in the world, the human exploitation here is worsening with each year. When the video of the first ever live mannequin in Dubai went viral, people were enraged and disgusted. They called the brand inhuman for forcing models to act this way. It was a clear depiction of an individual's body exploitation and mistreatment. After all, models are not decorations that a brand can use to entice customers. Making someone stand motionless in the shop windows is a blatant violation of human rights. However, Dubai brands are openly accepting this trend. Ever since the first video of the live mannequin went viral, the demand has increased in numbers. Therefore, many retailers and advertisers are capitalizing on this business opportunity shamelessly. The city's malls have become a center for live human displays. When you ask these retailers why they are using people as their store dummies, they say that they are creating the most attention-grabbing and Instagram-worthy experiences. But the reality is that they are practicing human exploitation and do not care about it. These retailers are the reason that the global live mannequin industry is predicted to skyrocket on extremely higher levels in the coming time. But while the retailers are getting benefit out of this situation, why are models signing up to be store mannequins? According to a report by Human Rights Watch, over 70% of live mannequins in Dubai are immigrants from Asia and Africa. Both these continents are highly underdeveloped and poor.
Tens of thousands of women every single year migrate to the United Arab Emirates. They say goodbye to their families and their very young children, and they hope that they will be securing salaries for their families' futures. But they have no guarantee that they will end up with such salaries or even good working conditions.
Thus, it's no surprise that people from these regions would agree to anything as a job, even standing 12 hours in a shop window for passerby people to look at. What's even sadder is the fact that most of these models are highly intelligent and are qualified people who came to Dubai looking for a better future and a secure job. But the reality is, Dubai is not kind to migrants. Every month, the number of cases increases where employers exploit and abuse immigrants because the laws here are in favor of the employers. These new-to-city people have no other option but to face humiliation of being subjected to merciless treatment. 9 out of 10 individuals who've moved to Dubai have been subjected to vicious working conditions by their bosses, and raising voice against it is not an option as to the fear of being deported immediately. And not to forget that the biggest challenges of being in a live mannequin profession are the prolonged working hours. It requires the models to motionlessly stand for 8-12 hours a day with minimal breaks because the retailers want them, their products, on display all the time. What's even worse is the minimum wage that they get. So it's not that the employers are making models pose as dummies, they are also treating them like that. There are no benefits to this job either, no health insurance, no paid leave, and no social security, due to which many models with this job are seen facing psychological trauma. But the miserable part of this occupation is not being able to switch jobs because they must pay bills and buy groceries, both things that are highly expensive in Dubai. The constant pressure to remain immobile and the objectification of their bodies have led them to anxiety, depression, and PTSD. Yes, you heard it right. Customers don't just look at these models, they harass them. A survey by the Dubai-based advocacy group, Migrant Rights, found that 90% of live mannequins reported experiencing verbal abuse, while 60% reported physical abuse. They try to touch these models inappropriately and even try to get a peek at their bodies by pulling the clothes in a show of seeing the fabric. And the unpleasant part is that the employers have no issue or concern with this. They think it is great that the consumers are engaging with their live display pieces. Today, 80% of the live mannequins have no proper training or safety equipment to save them from unwanted attention and harassment. But why is the UAE monarchy silent on this? Why are there no laws in act to protect the rights of migrants? The UAE authority only wants to protect the businesses. The UAE is in tough competition with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. In the next 10 years, KSA is planning to overtake Dubai and be the hub of world business centers. Most of the businesses are already investing in the KSA, and this is the main reason that Dubai Mall's live dummies are not only a result of the exploitation of migrant workers, but also the complicity of authorities and retailers. The authorities want to stay ahead of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This is why they are actively focusing on protecting the interests of businesses rather than those of workers. You should also know that while the internet highlights it as a marketing strategy, this stunt was a thought-over manipulation of human rights. Esma Dubai, a fashion school in Dubai, has contributed to the growth of the live mannequin industry more than anyone and anything. This school launched several programs and initiatives aimed at promoting the use of live mannequins in the fashion industry. You'd be surprised by their training programs that help models act and look like actual stationary figures to stand out in the industry. This school is the major reason that the UAE mannequin market size is expected to grow significantly in the coming years. According to a report by Grandview Research, the UAE mannequin market size is expected to reach $93.0 million by 2030, up from $37.9 million in 2024. The reason for this growth is that the demand for these dummies is also increasing in the fashion industry. When brands put a living person as a display piece, they are not just showing their products, they are showing their power in the fashion industry. Yes, I repeat, power. The more powerful a brand is, or wants to feel dominant, the higher its demands of human exploitation are. Instead of hosting fashion shows where the models can walk a ramp wearing the products, these retailers and brands want them to be the decoration pieces that are fully under their control, for no big return, just a minimum wage. Angelina, the first model to start this trend, shared that it was hectic and humiliating to act like an object. She says that her video becoming viral did not help her career in any way. In fact, it made life worse for her because people started spamming her with hate texts and threats. Some users criticized the approach, calling it inhuman and slavery, which was exactly what it was. But did Angelina have any other choice? The model states that the idea was pitched to her as next-level marketing. In the beginning, it was exciting for her, but the reality of her situation was obvious once she was under the brand's control. And when people asked her why she did not share her pay online, she was terrified. Angelina mentioned that the contract forbids her from disclosing the check details, but everyone should know that it is below average minimum pay. Now, the world can see that this use of humans for marketing and branding is dehumanizing and unfair, yet the only thing that's happening is more growth in the industry for this to keep happening. More and more schools are training good-looking migrants to pose and stand still so that they can have a career in the dummy field, but in reality, they are just brainwashing these underprivileged people and playing on their fears. There is a high need for awareness and regulation of migrant and basic human rights in the UAE. After all, the use of such living displays is not only a symptom of mistreatment, but also a reflection of a broader culture of objectification. Humans are mere commodities to predator brands, employers, and the authority members in the UAE, as Dubai is a city that regulates materialism, consumerism, and profit over people. This is how immoral it is, and it's only going to get worse with each year. The history and growth of the live mannequin industry in Dubai is a relatively recent phenomenon. It started in 2006 with Angelina and has only grown in popularity ever since. Every brand, big or small, wants to have a human posing as their showpiece in their store's display spaces. And what's even sickening to the core is that these mannequins are not just being used for promotional purposes, but also for events and exhibitions. Also, it is not confined to adult brands only. Children brands are actively trying to compete in this practice as well. Although there are no sights of children as mannequins yet, this is a very soon-to-be happening occurrence. Who knows? There might be institutes already training children of migrants to pose as mere objects with no need or intellect. If the condition of this industry, human abuse, is this bad today, you have no idea how much worse it will be in the future. This initiative that was localized to Dubai is now spreading globally as well. Already, you will find hundreds of cases where the brands take advantage of their models and target audiences. Once these brands feel entitled to use individuals as attractions, the situation will get shamefully sinister. Today, the misuse of migrant workers, the collusion of authorities and retailers, and the culture of objectification all contribute to a toxic environment that must be addressed. What will it take to acknowledge the humanity of these live mannequins and demand change? Surprisingly, this practice could be done without any degradation to models. With proper regulation, better interventions, and valuable training, the brands could really devise an effective marketing strategy, but they don't want that. The brands only want people under their thumbs. This is why the live mannequins are being ill-treated and victimized by brands and agencies. Human manipulation in Dubai is never going to end because the UAE authority and lawmakers want the best for businesses, not the best for people. As the issue and practice of making humans pose as dummies keeps up, the situation will keep on getting severe. Who knows, this might destroy the simple profession of modeling and turn it into a consistent profession of human exploitation and abuse. What do you think about this? Pour your thoughts in the comments section, and do share it with others.